1 second. Okay. Welcome everybody to your coverage of the UK Dota Fraggin Rights Grand Finals between PPD and That's What You Get. We're actually a little bit late into the game because of some technical issues we did have, but we do have the draft underway already and we're on to the actual last band stage. I'm joined by Mackie. How are you doing, man?
Hello. I'm alright, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thanks. But yeah, technical issues, we didn't get any sound coming through on the stream. It's absolute nightmare. But we're going to go through the picks really quickly. So Pro Dota have actually gone on the Radiance, and they have the first pick, I believe. So they my first pick, Jakiro, and they also went for the Bounty Hunter and the Invoker, and that's what you get. Ended up picking up Enigma, Leshrac, as well as the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain they were using quite regularly in their group stage matches, which was quite interesting. And as for the bans, Pro Dota have gone through for Darkseer, Undying, Nature's Prophet, the Anti-Mage, and that's what you get. Have gone for Batrider, Rubik, Tidehunter, Sand King. Cool.
So, really aggressive early picks from Pro Dota, I think.
Very aggressive early picks. Pro Dota actually made very good use of the Bounty Hunter in their winner bracket finals versus That's What You Get Again. And they ended up having a Juggernaut pick as well, who went quite an early game aggressive build, and they tried to push as soon as possible, and it worked pretty well in their favour.
Yeah, so I guess that's where the Juggernaut ban's coming from there.
Yeah, pretty much a respect ban. And I think Steven's going to be a bit feeling a bit unfortunate here because he's been playing Enigma pretty much the entire tournament for Pro Dota. But That's What You Get. I've actually snatched that one up from under his skin, so who knows what he's going to go on to this time.
It's pretty hard to say. I mean, there's not a lot of initiation for Pro Dota at the moment.
And I'm also not surprised at all.
To make that happen.
Yeah, I'm very much not surprised at all that the Undying was banned by PPD because That's What You Get Again have been using that all throughout the tournament. Just like the Queen of Pain actually, and that was been played by Jack in pretty much every game. As the solo off lane, or the solo safe lane, sorry, to put the Queen of Pain, while they had the aggressive tri lane, and she just absolutely dominated each match. Got so much farm and became really scary and rushed the Aghanim Scepter. But we're going to see the final bans are Juggernaut for That's What You Get, as well as Sven for Pro Dota. And PPD actually pick up the CK, and it's followed up by a Dragon Knight pick by That's What You Get. And that's not something we see very often, is it?
No, it's really unusual. Don't know where they're going to put him exactly. Don't know if they're going to run him as a carry or if they're going to try something a little bit strange.
We do see a lot of DKs run the solo mid in most games that I actually watch myself, and that could be an option against the Invoker as well. He could have quite an easy lane. He's not going to take too much harassment. He's not going to have too much trouble, especially because Invoker doesn't really have that much strength in the early game.
Definitely. And does that leave us with the Queen of Pain on the solo lane?
Most likely, yeah. And I'm guessing they're going to put up somebody strong with the Leshrac to go in the easy lane. Someone else with a stun, most likely.
Yeah, I mean the Sven ban was pretty sensible. I think I'm loving seeing Sven and Leshrac out as a combo these days.
Yeah, it's a beautiful combo. You see a lot of them actually bought out. You see the CK along with the Leshrac, and then they grab someone else that's a guaranteed stun, like an Ancient Apparition on top of it. It just works out really well in their favour. But Pro Dota are actually going to go for the Chen as the last pick. So as far as it goes, it looks like we're going to see a CK in the safe lane with a Jakiro, and the Chen in the jungle to support them, and maybe get some early push. And that's exactly what Jakiro and Chen can provide.
That is going to be a really strong early lane, I think.
And that's where you're going to be in a bit of trouble if they don't have the wits about them. But if they do end up running the Queen of Pain against the tri lane, then they should be fine, because Jet's Queen of Pain is quite spectacular, and of course she has the maneuverability. She can just blink out the way if she gets in trouble.
Yeah, but I'm not sure she's going to get much of a look in on any farm there. She's really going to get shut down by that lane, so we'll see what they do with that. It's all going to come down to what can happen in mid. If Dragon Knight can win mid, then they'll do all right there.
And that's even if they decide to put the Dragon Knight mid. We've still got their final pick to come out, and it could be their solo mid. We've seen a lot of Tinker play, but That's What You Get, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of that, especially with the push that Pro Dota actually have with his Chen pickup.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. I mean, maybe we'll even see Enigma in the jungle, and something completely unexpected going on.
And something we haven't touched on as well is the fact that Pro Dota actually have a one-game advantage going into these grand finals because they did come from the winners bracket. It's a best of 3, and they're already one game up from the advantage, so That's What You Get. Can't afford to lose a single game here, or else PPD take the tournament. If PPD lose one, then they've got that little bit of leeway just to get the final game ready. But again, they don't want to give
Indeed.
that away.
That's what you get, the winners of the last tournament, of course. So
Indeed, and I believe Proper Dota
you
didn't actually
might
play
argue
in the
they're the
last one.
favourite.
But Proper Dota, of course, these two teams played each other in the winner bracket finals, and Proper Dota played very strong. Like I said, with that Bounty Hunter as well as the Jakiro getting some just early game pressure put all over the map.
I'm loving Jakiro in the recent patches. It's an absolutely incredible hero to watch.
Okay, so that's what you get. They're going to finally go with the Broodmother pick. So they want to push it around, and that, of course, is going to be Broodmother on the hard lane. With Queen of Pain played in the solo mid, and Dragon Knight's going to have the support from Leshrac.
I haven't seen a Broodmother in a game in ages. This is really interesting.
I completely agree. It's been a very long time, but I'm going to quickly go through PPD's lineup. So we have Pain XD who's going to be playing the role of the Chaos Knight. Goshawk's going to be playing the role of the Invoker heading to solo mid. We're going to have Steven. He's going to actually be playing the offlane on the Bounty Hunter. We've seen him on the Enigma most games in the jungle, but it's not where he's going to be this time. The jungle's actually going to be taken up by Dread Knight on that Chen. And finally, Antab, he's going to be playing the support Jakiro.
Alright, shall I go through the through that's what you get side? We got Will on the Broodmother, going for the solo lane bottom. Jack's taking mid as Queen of Pain. And we got Whelp on the Shrek, and he's going to be. They're going to go for tri lane. I think they're going to put Enigma in the jungle and take care of business playing that. And Bustin will be taking the Dragon Knight, and that's going to be their long lane carry.
Yeah, it's not surprising Enigma's going to be going to the jungle. He does actually start with 4 clarities. So he's definitely in the place to stay in that jungle for a while. And it's quite nice to see Whelp playing something other than Venomancer. If you tuned into the broadcast at all yesterday, guys, you'd have seen that Whelp was playing nothing but Venomancer all day. Every game that we casted, he had that Venomancer, regardless if they got that strong tri lane that they wanted or not. But then he gets to pick up the Leshrac and he gets to play something different. But it looks like both teams are going to actually run their farming lanes in their own safe lanes. So we're going to see a little bit of a stale early game. It's going to be a case of farm up and try and get some aggression on. But it's unlikely that CK as well as the Shrek can get some... Sorry, CK as well as Jakiro can get some really strong pressure on to Will's Broodmother. But they do actually have some sentry wards. So they might give it a go.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting lane. I'm not sure what damage they're going to be able to do against a Broodmother. We'll see.
She's already actually placed herself a little home. She's got two, just the one web set up at this point, saving the other one in case she needs it. But Jakiro, he's ready at the side and he's already got these sentries, so maybe they're going to wait for Pain XD to get level 2 on that Chaos Knight and then perhaps start with some of the aggression. In fact, there's a sentry ward just immediately dropped by Antab. And this is going to push Willette a lane slightly. He's going to go to the right hand side and he's going to actually get rid of all that vision, so he can just sit in here and leech XP, but he can't come too close. I believe the line is probably about this point here where that sentry ward can see them.
Yeah, it'll be about there. It leaves Will kind of trapped. Another sentry ward sort of means he can't get away at the moment.
Yeah, and CK is very close to hitting that level 2 and he will have that reality rift to pull Will back in. And as far as the other side goes, we've just got Bounty Hunter. He's trying to get some experience of his own, and again, the sentry ward does go down and Whelp's just going to right click him down. And that forces the Bounty Hunter out of lane. But we do actually see some aggression going on Will, and he has to spread another web to get himself out of that area. And there's a second sentry ward. So now they could do the aggression on Will right now, but Pain XD choosing not to. Wants to carry on farming.
Bounty Hunter's getting pretty much shut down on the top lane. Dragon Knight's getting it all to himself for now.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling. He's still only level 1. He's managed to leech a little bit of experience, but as it stands, he's just getting right clicked too much by this track. There's nothing he can do about it. And the same really goes for Will. Now that Chen's rotated in and starting to push the tower, and Will's got to be really careful. He's going to put another web down, and he's going to get caught by the 2-second stun, and that will be first blood for the Dread Knight there.
It's very well played.
And I believe that he actually... Oh, he got netted. Okay. I was wondering then why he stood still, but yeah, the net coming out from the Dark Troll Warlord. And that's first blood and possibly the first tier 1 terror of the game taken down. It was a good play by Dread Knight for that rotation.
I can't believe they're getting away with so much damage to the tower so early, but they seem to be pulling it off.
Yeah, managed to knock off about 600 life points off his tower. And well, he wants to keep it alive because he wants to get some farm up on himself. He wants to be able to carry the team for the mid game while they wait for the Dragon Knight to get some serious farm. But the moment busting, he's leading the way, 17 for 5 compared to CK's 12 for 5. So definitely the richer man of the two carries at the moment.
Yeah, looks like Jack's holding down the middle lane as well. He's managed to get 13 last hits against Invoker 7.
Yeah, it's not a lane we've really looked into yet, but he does have the 2 points in the Scream. And of course, being Queen of Pain, she's got absolute full control of these runes. Unless, of course, she meets Antab on the way. But she will get that one and just be able to blink away, no problem. So,
it's been quite a passive lane, but there's no doubt that Queen of Pain's running away with it.
yeah, currently 7 farm ahead. And he has a lot more harass than Invoker could provide as well. It is going to be Quas Wex Invoker by looking at Ghost build. Which means we could see a lot more team fight control coming out from him rather than global presence.
Up top, Enigma's come out on Bounty Hunter.
Split Earth does
big,
actually go
big
down.
Couple of stuns.
Diabolic Edis as well. That's going to rip through Steven's life, and the last right click from Enigma will be enough to take him down. And this could be a counter push coming in the top lane.
Both the long lanes are really performing well at the moment. The solo players are really suffering.
And once again, Chen's come down to the bottom lane. Teams are probably looking for a trade right now. That's where you get assigned to push the top lane.
Meanwhile, Jack completely forces Ghostalk out of the mid lane. Oh, he's on 26 health and he gets away.
He's got one more tick, and it's not going to be enough. He's going to get away with 26 health. You are right.
Very, very close. Looks like that top tower is not going to last much longer, and the bottom tower drops at the same time.
Yep, so Chen gets the last hit on that one. It looks like Bustin's going to try and get the last hit on this one. Edict coming out from Leshrac, and that will be the death of that tower. So both teams trading, and Invoker just about survives the middle lane against Jack's Queen of Pain. So as you said earlier, definitely dominating. He's going to get himself another rune now in the form of an Invis. And he's close to level 6, so he could start doing something with this Invis rune if he pops it. Maybe find a bounty hunter. Or possibly even a Jakiro. He may even try and kill the Invoker. Now we're looking at our golden XP. At the moment of gold, 500 going the way of that's what you get, so they've got a little bit of an advantage. So as XP, it's only slight but 250. And that's the advantage in last hits I got at the moment. DK's two farm ahead of the CK, and Queen of Pain massively beating the Invoker in the middle lane and has full control.
No team's got any real advantage here though. It's absolutely to the wire.
It very much is. And now Pain XD, he can't find much space anymore because Broodmother's here. Has the money for that soul ring now. Goodbye to open end. CK won't be able to stand in this lane much longer, not without support. And this is why Antab rotates down again. He has some more sentry wards, and they're going to look for some aggression now. Stun, 2 seconds going in on Will. Flame Ref as well from Jakiro, and then they're going to try and right click him down. Stun actually mission, but Reality Riff is enough. Pulls him back into the stun, and Jakiro gets the last hit on that one.
They're doing a great job of shutting down Will there.
Yeah, Will's just not able to get any farm at all. He does manage to buy Soul Ring before he dies, but still no boots on him. And he's just struggling to get anything at all on his bottom lane. 8 for 2. Meanwhile in mid lane, Cold Snap coming out from Invoker. Jack actually messing up the blink there. Blink. And Steven, one more Shuri toss and he's going to be dead. Last right click from Invoker gets the job done. So Jack's now lost full control of this lane as the Bounty Hunter. Couldn't find anything to do up top lane. So he just rotates down to middle and gets his team a kill.
They're going to pay for it straight away though, because this tier 2 tower is already taking a lot of damage.
And well, he has sentry wards available. But Bounty's level 6 now, and that's all he wanted to do in this lane. TP's coming down, Track's going to go on to Whelp. A lot of damage coming out, and CK's here, Pain XD. He doesn't have any mana for any skills though, and Enigma comes in for the support, and that's just going to back them both off. But Bounty Hunter's now level 6, so they can start picking off kills all over the map.
Yeah, that's really going to play into their hands. They've got to use that time now. They've got to use the track well. They've got the advantage.
But at the same time, the moment that PPD have left his bottom lane, look at Broodmother. Has an army growing of these Spired Lanes, now got herself up to level 6. And she's going to start pushing his tower herself. Will's got full control.
The danger with Broodmother.
You leave him alone for
leave
2
her
minutes.
Alone for a second.
Look at that army he's got right now. He can easily push this. He's just waiting to see if anyone's actually rotating down. Now he's going to begin the push. But meanwhile, Bounty Hunter is on the way down and he has that track available. And well, he's nowhere near one of his webs now, so he's going to get tracked up almost certainly. And he just manages to get a web up. He has no idea Steven's here.
The tower will see him while he's around here, so he's not safe.
There we go. Right click, track. 1 second stun coming out from the CK, so not the largest,
Yes,
but
up
reality
comes
is going
in.
to pull him in. And the Shuri toss as well as the last right kick from CK. Meanwhile in the mid lane, Jack, he's getting cold snapped up. The strat coming in for the split earth. Actually doesn't pop it, and there's a black
big
hole coming down. And that will be the last right click for Enigma. And now Goshawk, he's got to try and get himself away. Jakiro comes in with the ice path, tries to keep him
I think
alive.
Jeffro is too far forward here. Don't know if he's going to get away with this one.
And Jack has managed to blink himself away, but Goshawk's got to be careful now. Puts another cold snap down on Whelp, and that'll be an easy kill for him. So Whelp just overextending slightly.
It's very unfortunate for Well. That was looking like it was all playing into the Dire's favour, and all of a sudden turned it around.
That was a nice easy pick up for Goshawk, getting himself his second kill of the game. And great support coming in from Antab as well, and that Jakiro. But once again, Pain XD, he's got a little bit of an army to contend with here against Will. But he does have the level advantage right now. But those spiderlings harass, it's so much damage on Pain XD, and he's going to struggle to stay down here.
And they're always there. They can't leave that lane alone now, or there's going to be an army pushing down those towers.
But at the same time, what we didn't notice was that's what you get. They just decided to push the top lane. And that's tier 2 tower fallen. Now Steven, he's rotated around, looking for a kill on Will. Just needs him to come out for 1 second. There's the sentry ward. Track's going to go down. He has no mana for anything. 2 seconds still coming out from the CK.
Path.
And that's a huge ice path from Antab. And that'll be the last right click for Chaos Knight once more. So that puts him on 2-0-2. And Will, 4 deaths for him now.
The Radiant are putting a lot of time into shutting down Broodmother. That's the one thing they're definitely doing well. They're losing towers, but Broodmother can't get a damn thing done.
But you've got a question at the same time. Look at Bustin. He has his drums finished as well as his power treads and his soul ring. And he's starting to get scary. They leave this guy alone too long. It's the dilemma, isn't it? They either leave Broodmother alone or they leave Dragon Knight alone. And if they do that, then one of them's going to get big. Tornado, EMP.
Definitely.
Coming down in the mid lane. That's going to burn away a bit of Whelp's mana. And it's also going to stop the push in this mid lane.
Yeah, wasted edict from Whelp there. There's nothing you can do with that.
But now Bustin's here. I want to try and push this middle lane down. He does have that green dragon available as well. And it's actually a 4-man rotation mid for that's what you get. Whereas meanwhile Dread Knight as well as Jakiro, they're both making their way up.
I think we're going to see, as soon as Black Hole comes up, I think we're going to see a big push from That's What You Get.
Yeah, and there's only 40 seconds left on that one.
As soon as that comes out, I think we're going to see a big push with Dragon Knight as well.
Queen of Pain, Ice Path goes down, Tornado EMP combo as well, but she manages to pick herself away. Track coming down from Bounty Hunter, and then the last right click coming down from Jakiro as well will end up being the death of him.
Queen of Pain was very far forward there. That was a dangerous place to be, even with Blink.
Did I forget to take the overlay off? Really? Wow, I am pretty bad at casting. So I just left the draft overlay up. I'm incredibly sorry to those who noticed that.
Oh.
Thank you for letting me know there, Neo Slicer. But yeah, the push is coming up in the middle lane now for PPD, and the TP support's coming back in from Jack. He's going to want to defend this and go short because he's got to be careful not to overextend. So as you said earlier, that black hole, it's available.
Yep, it is up, so they're really going to want to capitalise on that now, I think. And indeed, they're grouping up. So we're going to see a push on mid.
Yep. 4 heroes, so that's what you get to hear. And they want to take this tier 1 tower. Whereas only 3 in the middle lane for PPD. Bentios is in bottom trying to find a Broodmother. And who the hell just died? Jakiro just died in mid lane.
Jakiro just got eaten alive there. Everything went up on him. There was at least 2 or 3 stuns. Just desperate not to get an ice path out there, I think.
He instantly exploded. Jack would have double damage runes as well. But at the same time, Bounty Hunter picks off the Broodmother. Another death for Will.
Will is not having a good game, but if he's distracted them enough, maybe that's all they need to do.
But no, that's what you get. They're going to rotate down to bottom. And they want to try and push this tier 1 tower. Or not, they're just going to go back up to mid. It looked like it was going down that way, but never mind.
So if you take a look at the graphs, well, we've got a second, over 2,000 experience up for that's what you get. No, for PPD, sorry, and that's what you get leading on gold, but only just. It's still managing to very even in spite of 3 towers being down.
And I love this little sound wave that the gold graph has actually ended up doing. It's tower, tower, tower. That's all that happens. The tower goes down, the graph just switches another direction.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the moment, that's what you get. They've actually managed to take down 3 towers from PPD. PPD have only managed to get the one, so they've really. I'm quite surprised at this because PPD have a lot of push available. They have the Jakiro, they have the CK as well as the Chen. And they should easily have been able to push down more towers than just this bottom lane.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they've really suffered from being so afraid of leaving pretty much anyone from that's what you get alone for a second. They know if they leave Enigma, they leave Leshrac alone, that's going to be a lot of push. They leave Broodmother alone, that's a lot of push as well. So they've got to remain split up the whole game.
And finally, if they leave Dragon Knight as well, he just gets farm. And that's not what,
Yeah.
not what they want to see happen. With PPD now, they're bringing the Chen up. And here comes the middle lane. They're going to try and finally get this tower. He's on half health, so they should be able to do this without a problem. But at the same time, CK getting
Meanwhile.
ganked in bottom.
Yeah, and the bottom tower's going to go down.
Huge push. Queen of Pain with the last right click there. The Broom of a Spider is definitely giving an assist there.
Looks like Dire are going to be running for the tier 2 as well.
And they're going to TP out now. Jakiro as well as Invoker coming down to this bottom lane and finally bounced to 0 as well. So it's a full team to defend apart from Chen. And they've got a lot to compete with. The Green Dragon goes out for busting here. And he's just going to burn through the creep wave. EMP Tornado combo coming out from Goshawk as well as the Flame Breath coming out from Jakiro. And actually Catch taking care of business. 3 seconds done from the CK. But he's going to go down. And the track actually manages to come down from Steven as well on the Bounty Hunter. And Jakiro gets the last hit on Enigma there with a last point in Liquid Fire. And it's a 1-for-1 trade.
We didn't see the black hole come out there. I think that's it's a little bit of an interesting move that they pop dragon form but no black hole.
Yeah, and the Bounty Hunter actually managed to get picked off at the end there. Chen a little late with the heal, but they're busting again. Another kill, managed to pick up the Jakiro. And they should be able to push this tier 2 as well. Dreadnought's going to be forced out because of that, what's it called again? Spawns Vitalings by Broomother. And here comes the pressure on the tier 2. Very aggressive TP by CK. He's going to come in.
That's dangerous. That's a dangerous place to be.
3 seconds stun onto Bustin. Cold Snap as well going to be followed up by Goshawk. But Bustin's going to be able to walk away from this one. There's too many Spiderlings harassing them down.
Some great play by the Spiderlings there. Blocked CK from getting into the fight at all.
Yeah, they actually managed to defend his tier 2 tower. So that's what you get. A bit unsuccessful with a push, but they managed to pick up a few kills.
I'm not quite sure why there was no black hole in that fight. I don't know if they just couldn't get the positioning or if they were trying to save it. It seemed like it would have been a great time to use it, but there you go.
Well, I might actually be waiting up for Enigma to get the money for the BKB now. He's only 1,000 gold away from that. And he actually got bursted down so fast in that fight that he just didn't get time to pop it. And if he would have popped the black hole, he would have died a second later and it would have been all for nothing.
That's very true.
He ended up dying anyway, so maybe it would have been a good decision to pop it, who knows. And well now, he just returns to his farming in bottom lane. He's going to go for a Yasha first.
Close to seeing the armlet finished up for Chaos Knight.
Yeah, just a recipe left on that one. And Chen is going to be careful.
Be in trouble.
Ice Path coming in from Jakiro to slow down Whelp. Whelp's going to get hurt as well. But that's going to be the death of Dreadnought. Tornado is going to clip him. No, he just dodges it. EMP as well coming in, but it's going to hit on nobody. And the Ghost Walk by Invoker is going to allow him to get away to safety.
Some great play by Whelp there, getting away on almost no life.
He's actually taking... Goshawk's actually taking a very extended trip into the Dire jungle at this point, just to farm it up a little bit.
If he was just a little bit further along, he might have caught the courier there.
He was very close.
Ooh, going for Roshan. That's what you get going for Roshan as a 2-man effort.
They're quite able to do this. There's 4 points up in the Dragon Blood for DK. So he's able to tank it up a fair bit. And with those Eidolons as well, there's a lot of damage coming out from Enigma. And then Jack's going to join in.
I don't think that PPD have seen this at all.
Mm. They do have one ward, but it hasn't really watched the rotation going in. They only have this ward here. And it doesn't really give them full coverage. It could set around in this area.
Yeah, I think that's what you get. Managed to avoid it entirely, and no one had a clue. That's a nice spider wall by Will there, just blocking any potential movement through the jungle.
Yeah, he actually managed to block the path there, didn't he? And that stops Pain XD from getting there. And then that's a nice little pick off for them. And Bustin's going to be able to farm pretty freely. He's got that BKB nearly finished now, 500 gold away from that. And when Enigma's BKB as well as Dragon Knights come up, they're going to be ready to fight this. And PPD are going to see themselves in a little bit of trouble. But as far as items go now, Benzia's has his drums complete. Chen is getting very close to that mechanism. And Jakiro's going for the pipe at the same time. And CK has his drums and his armlet complete as well, so that's nice for him. And Goshulk finally, he's got his 4 staff complete. And as for Bustin on on the DK, again, nearly got that BKB up. Looks like Jack's going to go for, I assume, a sheep stick. Saving up quite a lot of money at this point. And Will has his Yasha done. And then we're going for the BKB too. And finally, well, pretty much a raw support at this point, only having arcane boots.
That Roshan finally pushed the graphs all the way into that's what you get to favour.
Indeed, we see 4,000 in terms of gold. They're starting to pull away now. And as well as the XP, 2,000 XP going towards them. After it's been in the way of PPD for most of the game, but we actually have a look at the current levels on the heroes. CK actually leading the way in terms of XP. But it's closely followed by the Queen of Pain, and pretty much most heroes are fairly even around the map. But that's what you get, just to have one more hero that's a higher level than PPD do.
Yeah, I think it's still very even. I kind of expected that's what you get to be doing a little better early on. What's going to be interesting now is CK going to be tanky enough and farming enough to be a carry to match Dragon Knight.
Yeah, and the later the game gets, the better it actually gets for Bustin, I would say. I do want to see if the Dragon Knight can now carry the CK. And he's already ahead. He's got that BKB up.
He is ahead, but they're very, very even. It's 106 creep kills to 103, so... In terms of farm, it's about as even as it can get.
As far as gold per minute goes, there's not much difference there as well. It's actually such a close game at this point, it's hard to call. I would say that that's what you get, have the slight advantage at this point. And they're actually smoked up, ready to gant the CK in bottom lane, but the smoke's actually worn out at this point. Must have been taking a while. Oh, actually no, Steven came in the side as the bounty hunter and revealed the smoke. So he knows where they are now.
Oh, it's very unfortunate for them.
Yeah, and the line actually comes out from Will showing that Steven actually just did. They're just going to go ahead and try and push this tier 2 tower. But the defense is already here. Dread Knight with three of his neutrals available. Pain XD as well as on tab.
PPD know where they are. They're just biding their time. But there are still 2 of them that are nowhere near. I hope they've got plans to move down, or this is going to look a little bit disastrous for them.
Well, they're all carrying TPs on them, so they'll be able to get down instantly. But it's just like I said earlier, Bustin has his BKB, as well as taking care of business. They have the Black Hole, they have the Dragon Knights who can't be stopped, and they're going to have to give this tower up. There's no defense they can bring to this one.
They're not contesting this at all. They've got no interest in that. But there's so many spiderlings, I mean, what are they going to do? It's quite a terrifying army moving in there.
And they come with TPs, that's a nice ice path. It's going to slow them down a little bit, but they're going to go ahead and go high ground now. Track going out on Bustin, and a Flame Breath by Jakiro tries to clear out the spiderlings a little bit. The MP Tornado actually hitting only on Jack, but the MP is going to hit on nobody. And the push is going to come as well. Serious, taking care of business. He's looking for a good opportunity. He wants to get in BKB Black Hole this team. He's actually going to stun the Enigma, who's just going to walk away. And there's a BKB pop by the Dragon Knights. He's going full in on this one. They want to take down the CK. 3 seconds stun coming out on Whelp. And taking care of business is actually taking a lot of damage from this one. The Strat goes down, but instantly buys back into the game and Bustin. He's going to drop, but the Aegis and Immortal is there. Take care of business. He is BKB'd up. He black holes.
Oh no!
Nobody.
Oh no!
He wanted the bounty hunter, but the bounty hunter was already out of the way. And Jack's going to go down. Pain XD actually getting a double kill here. And they defend this tier 3 tower and lose nobody. The CK on barely any health and taking care of business. Nearly dies. Steven, he's got to be careful. He's only on 30 HP at this point. And Goshawk, he really wants to kill off this Enigma, but he said he's just going to cold stop up the busting. The track comes out from Steven as well, and they're going to keep on putting the aggression down. I don't think they got enough to kill him off, but the tornado does come out. EMP's available in 3 seconds, and Will's here as well. He wants to stop this Invoker, and he's going to have to back away because Will's just going to right click him down and keep him slowed from that incapacitating bite. But now CK comes in, reality rift, 4 seconds stun going on Will, but they have no vision of him. There's no vision detection at all for the Radiant here. And the Broodmother's just going to start right clicking on them. But in the end, PPD defend the tower, and they lose nobody. Oh, and Dragon Knight.
Bounty Hunter just managed to catch Dragon Knight out there.
Steven was on 20 HP. Steven was on 20 HP for so long, he just followed the DK all the way. I'm guessing...
Just bide his time.
Yeah, I'm guessing Bustin thought he was safe. But they end up killing 3 heroes from That's What You Get for nobody and defend. So good fight there for PPD. The Shrek also actually spent money on the buyback. So that's going to be a little gun for him.
That was expertly played by PPD. They did lose a lot of health on the tower. So I'm not sure if they're stuck now. I'm not sure if their days are numbered there, but they did push the XP graph right back in their favour. 3,000 ahead for PPD now. So
the size of that graph change is incredible, and the gold graph as well.
Really
They've pretty much even the score on the gold graph.
Yeah, it's absolutely swung it the other way.
At the end of the day, they actually managed to keep the tower up, so that's the important thing. That's what they wanted to do. But Will, he's got his Yasha, and he's just trying to push his bottom lane once more. And if PPD don't do something about these Spiderlings, they could just take down the town themselves.
Yeah, that threat's never going to go away for them. Ultimate Orb finished up for Will, so...
Looks like he's going to be rushing that Manta Star then. And this is probably playing against a Broodmother. So she can just sit in bottom lane all day and not move. She can push, and she will constantly turn the fights into a 4v4. Because you need to have somebody defending, or else you're just going to lose your barracks.
We'll see the pings from PPD now that it's time to defend bottom again. They had a moment's rest, but they're straight back to it now.
Of course, and there's still this pressure coming from the top lane as well. They lost that tier 2 terror a while ago, and they're trying to keep the push going, but Steven's here to defend it. And PPD are actually expending a lot of heroes to come down to the bottom to defend, but all that's down here is actually a Broodmother.
Yeah, they're putting all their time into that. It means that Chaos Knight's not really getting much farm. He's nearly got BKB finished up. Yeah, it means that they're pretty much stuck. They don't have a lot of map control.
And you gotta look at the items once again. Jack now has his sheep stick complete, so that's gonna be huge. They're gonna be able to sheep the CK. I'm guessing he is starting to build towards that BKB, and he's very close to getting it himself. If we actually have a look at the net worth for the heroes, there's only 10 to 15 gold difference between CK and DK at this point.
That's incredible.
So both the carries keeping up with each other pretty well. The CK slightly ahead in kills, but DK slightly ahead in farm. And towers, of course, as well. But it is amazing just how close these two are. I'm guessing DK is going to be going for that omelette himself.
I would expect so. It looks like we're going to get another push on bottom. That's what you get grouping up again.
And taking care of business. He did have the black hole in the last fight, but he managed to hit it on nobody. Pulled a little bit of a PPG moment. PGG even. But now he's here again. He's got an invis rune this time. He's waiting for somebody to leave the base, but PPD playing very safely. They haven't spotted the Enigma, and I think he might have a Blink Dagger available. So they're a bit afraid that he's going to come out of nowhere, and this is exactly what the invis rune does for him as well. But yeah, they're just going to try and stop the push and keep themselves safe. Well, that's what you get. They'll let the DK farm a little bit more of the Radiant jungle, and he'll be ready to get in here at any point.
This is going to cost them. They're all the time they're stuck in base, they're not earning experience or gold. So
indeed, and Welp just got himself tracked up. So now they've got full vision of that's what you get right now, and that will make sure that they don't feel very threatened. And well, as his Manta Star finished now. What he has to do is get that one flown out, but the courier's a little bit busy at the moment. If he could just bought something for DK. No, maybe the Shrek. Something got bought in.
I'm not sure if it was just the maybe a smoke and maybe wards. They got some sentry wards in, I think maybe.
Yeah, that could be the case. But now Jack's tracked up. And it looks like that's what you get. Just going to back out from this push. Well, even pulls his bidlings out there. And yeah, well, now we're getting to D-Ward. Double damage rune on top line as well. So we're giving that one to Jackal busting. Now they're just going to keep the pressure on the other lanes. They want to try and give as much pressure as they can to the middle and top lanes so they can really be sure of this push on bottom. But now, bottom lane, well, he's overextended a bit too much. PPD knows that everybody else is left, and now the slow's going to come out from Chen. He actually manages to use his Manta Star to get rid of the trap from Bounty Hunter, and that's going to stop the engage. And that's why the Manta Star's come out from Will. He wants to be able to stop the track.
Some very good play by Will there. With that Manta Star, he's got the room to be pretty far into enemy territory and not have to worry about it.
PPD.
It's a great counter.
They're actually making a rotation for Roshan, but there's a ward right here watching exactly what they're doing. And if they do go for this Roshan, they're just going to get completely caught out. And when you're against somebody like a Queen of Pain who can just blink in and ulti on top of all of your heroes, it makes it a difficult time. But talking about Queen of Pain, she actually gets tornadoed up by an Invoker. But she's a bit too far away, there's nothing they can really do about it.
Not sure what it was that made PPD turn around there. But they got a little spooked and gave up on the Roshan idea. And it looks like that's what you get. Might be going for it now.
Yeah, well, Digital D-Ward, and he's here now to scare everything out. And the pings are going out as well. But that's what you get. Not fully committing to this one. Tornado coming out by the Invoker. He wants to try and find somebody. And this is big. Enigma actually has his Blink Dagger finished. So he wants these team to fight in the rush bit. If he can get the entirety of PPD into the rush bit, he can just blink down and get a full black hole on all 5 if he's lucky enough. But PPD, they're just letting this one go. Letting the rush once again go over to the DK. They're just going to continue in the bottom lane.
Oh, they are. PPD are moving up now.
Yep. There's the Tornado, EMP, DK. He's going to actually pop the BKB right now. Takes a couple of right clicks from Steven. Essential wards get removed. And now Pain XT, he's got his own BKB up. Ice Path coming out from a Jakiro. Oh god, taking care of business. Fails another black hole. Getting nobody there. And that's going to be 2 people down if that's what you get. And it looks like we're going to get a full team wipe here. Triple kill coming in for the CK. And only the Queen of Pain as well as the, well, of course, the Brimwolf because she wasn't there. Get away from this one. A great fight from PPD.
Another real shame for that's what you get. They got that huge initiation from Enigma, and not only did it not really start the fight, it didn't really hit anyone either. So they were let down by that a little bit. But look at the Broodlings on the bottom lane. While that was going on, somehow they're right up at the base again.
They're just constantly pushing. But Jakiro is there to clear them out, and don't manage to get a tier 3 tower. And now we have an Aegis on the CK, who's standing tanking jungle creeps for some reason. But yeah, he's going to try and farm himself up now. Probably going to go for that Manta Star next. And he's level 16, so he has a level 3 ultimate as well. And Phantasms, those illusions really hurt. But as far
as levels go, PPD are creeping ahead. They've got a couple of level 16s.
4,500 XP advantage now. It's completely turned the other way once again. And the goal difference has gone pretty much down to 0. So from being quite a significant amount behind, PPD have actually pulled this one very well back in their favour, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been quite a long time since I've seen a game this close.
Yeah, the score may say 15-7, but it's much more close than that. But now for the goal per minute, Chaos Knight's definitely stormed ahead. Especially with that triple kill in that last fight, and having an Aegis Immortal on him now. He's going to be able to feel like he can do whatever he wants at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Dragon Knight is keeping up, but only through farm. He doesn't have the kills to back it up.
Yeah, he does have that Chrysalis done now, so not going for the armlet. He's going to go for the crit quite early. And what do you think of this choice, going for the crit at this point?
I think it'll be pretty good. I think the dragon form's gonna play well into that. I mean, if he pops that and gets a few good hits, that's yeah, that's going to be it against with the black hole as well. As long as that lands, you know, they get a little window and he can deal so much damage.
But that's a lot of pressure on taking care of business. And he's already actually fluffed up both of his important black holes at this point. And the last one definitely cost him the fight, I'd say. I'm not sure how he missed it. I think the CK might have reality rifted the moment that he blinked in. And that would have messed it up. But he didn't get anybody in that black hole either. But now we see pushes coming both sides. Mass TP's back coming out from PPD. They're all going to TP back and try and defend his tier 3 tower on the bottom lane. But meanwhile, Steven's going to stay around. He's going to put the pressure on Broodmother. Track's going down. But Broodmother has the Manta Style. Not available, but the right clicks are so strong that Steven's not able to compete with them. But in the top lane, Jack getting bashed up by Pain XD now. A lot of damage coming out from him and his armlet. And now Welp, he's going to be the next victim. 3 seconds done. And he dies to the creeps. And now Bustin, he's got to run away. He's trapped up by Steven. Steven gets all that move speed as well as his team. Invoker running so fast at this point. Cold Snap coming out. His BKB's on off cooldown, so he is available to pop this if he needs to. But he's going to get reality rifted, and that will be his death. Goshal getting the kill there. So 3 more heroes going there for that's what you get.
They were looking very strong early on, but Chaos Knight is really coming into his own now, doing a hell of a lot of damage. And that track just absolutely made that.
It's making him so rich at this point. And you've got to question the Broodmother pick right now. It's been a strong pick as far as the pushings goes, but now that they're starting to lose these team fights, there's nothing Will can really do. If Will joins in on the team fights, then he's not doing his job correctly. And he's trying to push bottom, but they're just going to lose base. There's a DD rune up on Pain XD on the Chaos Knight, which means he has 400 damage coming out. And with those Phantasms doing the same amount of damage, they're going to pretty much be able to take this tier 3. Look at the damage on that. They have to fortify.
Huge, but there's a massive spiraling army, so if the rest of that's what you get can push this back, then it puts them in a really strong position. But when Jack melts like that,
oh, did he go down? I actually missed that one.
Oh, he absolutely vanished.
So Jack actually falling and Welpnade falling himself. I was looking at the bottom lane. Jakiro seems like the perfect pick at this point, actually teleporting back. Oh, and there's the AMP Tornado going out. Will, he uses the Manta Star prematurely. He's going to get cold snapped up, and Will's completely out of mana. He can't create any more nets. He's going to try and run to one of his previous ones. Okay, he's going to manage to force stuff himself through, and they're going to keep on chasing on Will now. But I don't.
They haven't got any vision.
And that's probably not having the bounty hunter, but he has rotated down, so he's ready to put the track on. Just needs to find it first. But yeah, like I said about this Broodmother pick, they're losing the fights because Broodmother simply can't be there. Every engagement's a 4v5 and she tries to take the base, but Jakiro just seems like such a good pick at this point. At Dual Breath, he's destroying the Spiderlings as well as the Ice Path.
Jakiro is a great choice to hold off this Spiderling push every single time. He's there, and so much AoE damage coming out from him.
Yeah, every single spell of his has some slight AoE on it. So he's able to clear out these Spiderlings really quickly. And now the counter push is coming out from PPD. They want to keep this bottom lane under control. And Will, he looks like he feels a bit lost down here.
Yeah, he's looking a bit stuck. He needs to make a choice and get somewhere, I think. Maybe they should be moving towards mid with Will and pushing down that as fast as they can.
Yeah, but it looks like they're going to back out themselves. Busty wants to go top and farm. And he's got 1800 gold available, so he's saving up for probably a Daedalus straight rush. But I'm not entirely sure what he's thinking. The Chrysalis might just be enough for him. And Jack's got his ultimate orb now, so I'm guessing he's going to go for a Skadi or a Lincoln Sphere. He's, like you said, he's dropping so fast that a Lincoln's might be a great choice for him at this point.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good call.
But PPD, they're actually smoked up and Steven's on the hunt. They're trying to find someone and they're actually looking for Bustin. But he's gone far too back into his base at this point. And there wasn't any wards watching this rotation, so Bustin must have just been feeling like something was up. They're not trying to get Broodmother, so where are they? Alright, looks like they're just going to place their own ward and then start pushing this top lane. And it should be a free tier 2 tower for them. I don't really think there's much that that's what you can do to stop this push at this point.
It looks like it. I'm not even sure if they've probably realised the full extent of it now. Yeah, it looks like they are coming in to defend.
take care of business. I love his position here. He's in the
It
trees.
is fantastic. He pops that BKB, and
And
there's
there's
the
the blink.
moment.
All he needs to do is get the CK, and he's actually managed to do that. But the heal coming out from Chen, and will be able to take him down. He's actually going to pop the Phantasms, and here comes the damage. Jack's going to completely melt to Steven at this point, and Steven's going to pick up a double kill. The Shrek also went down at some point in that fight, and there goes the Queen of Pain. 3 kills coming out for the Bounty Hunter, and you focus on the CK and Bounty Hunter. He's got so much at this point. He has a Desolator, he has his own BKB, and he's able to push. And once again, Will, he's just not able to push in the bottom lane. Jakiro's there, and the track has gone down on him. And the Manta style he's down, and he's also out of mana. So now they're just going to try and chase this one down. And that's going to be a full team wipe if they can get one more right click. But it looks like the Brewwolf is just slightly too fast.
I think he's going down.
Sunstrike! It's going to hit.
Oh, look at that.
Fantastic play by Goshawk. And that's going to be the full team wipe. They're going to be able to push these barracks. A lot of buybacks coming out. DK as well as the Brewmother. But the top lane melee barracks have gone. And they're trying to fight Dreadnought, who's very much out of position. And this will be one little consolation kill if they can get it. He's going to actually try to TP out. Stun coming out from Whelp. Tornado's not going to make a difference, and that's going to be the death of him. But they lose the barracks.
They do, and this could be it for that's what you get. If they lose this game, they're out. So.
And there goes the range barracks as well. And at the same time, Will was pushing as heavy as he possibly could, but again, he did no damage to the tower. Jakiro was there, and he was ready to defend. Antab constantly has an eye on this bottom lane.
And that's exactly his job at this point. I think that's exactly what he needs to be doing, and he's doing a great job of it.
As we have a quick look at the items, Steven, as I said earlier, has his Desolator finished. Dreadnought on the Chen, Vlad's as well as Mechanism. Jakiro, he's actually quite rich at this point. He's got a pipe, and he looks like he's going for a sheep stick. He's very close to it too. How much money does he have? He's actually very nearly got it. He's only 20 gold away. Panixi on the CK just purchased a full Heart of Tarask. He's so big at this point. And Invoker, he has himself a Cypher Vice as well as a Gem of True Sight. When we look on That's What You Get side, DK still only has that Chrysalis up as well as his BKB. And Queen of Pain has nothing more than that Ultimate Orb, just like earlier. Brewmother, no new items at all on her. And not much more gold as well. And then just has the BKB and the Blink, and again the Shrek, only the Arcane Boots. So as far as items go, it's not looking very good at all for That's What You Get. Scoring out 24 for 8. Sheep going out on Goshawk by Jack. And they're going to get the Split Earth down by the Shrek. Popping that pulse, but here comes the CK stun. Actually missed because of the EMP Tornado. Jack is going to blink up. Got ulti on top of Goshawk. Hand of God's going to keep him alive, and Jash is going to pop. Will with the Summon Spiderlings, but it looks like he's going to go down as well. 4 seconds stun coming out from the CK. That will be the death of him, and everyone else from That's What You Get having to just walk away from this one as they can't defend. And
that was a very unfortunate team fight for That's What You Get. They kind of dribbled in one by one. Didn't really have the setup they needed.
Yeah, they ganked the Invoker and it just wasn't enough. They didn't have enough damage to take him down. He had so many spells at his disposal. EMP, Tornado, as well as using that Ghost Walk to get away. And Roshan is just his second spawn, but it looks like they're going to try and get a push onto the melee racks where they've already taken the tier 3 tower. I didn't notice this go down.
Yeah, it went down a couple of team fights ago when they last knocked him.
I was probably looking at Will at the time. But there's the BKB. He's actually got that level 3 dragon now. And there comes the great black hole from Enigma, catching all 5. But the mech, and I'm guessing the ulti from Chen's going to come out as well. He's actually on cooldown at this point. But Steven, he manages to pick up a kill on the Shrek. Queen of Pain just spawning out, and Busting goes down as well. So now there's only 3 heroes available. Do they have buybacks? There's no buyback available on DK.
GG.
And GG well played. So PPD actually take the tournament. And they beat last tournament champions. That's What You Get. So they win the first Fraggin Rights tournament for UK Dota. And what a great convincing game that they actually played.
Yeah, congratulations PPD. That was really well played. I mean, That's What You Get had such a strong early game, constant pressure, and PPD just knew that they had to sit down, like sit back, wait for their carries to really kick in, and then just time it right, and that's exactly what they did.
Indeed, and we have a look at the final graphs as well. It's 20,000 gold, 25,000 XP. It's just such a convincing win there for PPD. And congratulations to them, thoroughly deserved as well. They managed to beat That's What You Get in the winner bracket finals yesterday, and they do it once more in the grand finals. And
yeah, absolutely. Solid play all the way around from them.
And Mackie, thank you very much for joining me, my friend. Last minute notice, but it's
Oh,
definitely
thank you very much
appreciated.
for having me, and thanks to you and all the tournament admins. It's been a really awesome tournament.
It has been awesome to watch, and stick around, guys. Make sure you check out the UK Dota subreddit as well as the UK Dota website. You can find both the links at reddit.com/r-ukdota, ukdota.net. Check them out. You'll find out all details on the upcoming tournaments if you want to get involved with them. There should be some announced soon, and we'll see you next time on the live stream.
Cheers. Good